Hey guys and girls, welcome back. What happens when you take an ounce of Matt Damon's Jason Bourne along with an ounce of Jason Statham's Frank Martin and try to act cool and sarcastic like Bruce Willis' John McClane? You get Ryan Gosling's Sierra 6 in The Gray Man. But is Sierra 6 good enough to make us sit and watch it for 129 minutes? Let's check it out. The Gray Man is a spy, mercenary, or assassin action movie, whatever you choose to call it. It is that. The movie revolves around the adventures of CIA mercenary Code Gentry, also called as Sierra 6, played by Ryan Gosling. I wonder why Ryan Gosling and not Ryan Reynolds. Anyways, moving on. If you have watched enough of Hollywood spy dramas, you need no retelling. The good guys of CIA kill bad guys by developing mercenaries. No, wait. It turns out that the good guys are not what they seem to be. Our friendly neighborhood mercenary realizes that he may not be the hunter for long, and thanks to the realization, he now becomes the hunted. And you know how the rest of the story goes, isn't it? Yes, my friend, this is the same Hollywood plot you may have seen a zillion times. The name of spy or mercenary changes, the action sequence change, choice of cities change, but otherwise everything remains the same. Here's a simple task for you before you watch the movie. Take a pen and paper and write a spy story. The theme is the hunter becomes the hunted. If you come up with any story different than The Gray Man, then you have been living under the rock, my friend. The idea of coming up with a cinematic adaptation of Greene's Gray Man novels was conceived in 2011 by James Gray with Brad Pitt as the lead. The project did not materialize. The idea was revised after 2015 with Charlize Theron as the lead, naturally with a gender-swapped version. That did not materialize either.
Finally, in 2020, the Russo brothers succeeded in taking up this project, which is what resulted in this 2022 Netflix release.
The setting sticks to the standard template of moving from some East Asian and European cities.
So this story takes the mercenaries from Bangkok to Baku, to Vienna to Prague, to Berlin and... then I lost the track.
Perhaps the next installment will cover Africa or South America, and it would be named as Vlogs of Rayman. No matter where he goes, the CIA comes behind and makes a mess. Wherever the CIA goes, countless mercenaries and infinite ammunitions are available in a fraction of a second. Through the journey, our mercenary protagonist finds some unexpected allies and faces some unexpected personal losses that are meant to appeal to the emotional quotient, but not quite successful in that attempt, I would say. In an attempt to act too cool, there is no strong emotional connect among the characters. And therefore, as a viewer, I couldn't connect to any character. As I stated earlier, it was difficult for me to digest Ryan Gosling in this role. Don't get me wrong, he hasn't done a bad job. The biggest disappointment for me is Chris Evans as the villain Lloyd Hansen. With his blatant over-the-top acting, I wonder what made him take this up. Is his portrayal cool or funny? Neither. It's just annoying. This is a role that will haunt him in his dreams, and he'll live the rest of his days regretting this act. I did have some special interest in the movie, obviously for the cameo of Dhanush as Lone Wolf. As one more mercenary, he has his moments. He is shown as a religious man with a code of honor, but there is nothing in this role for him to shine. There is some thought given to his character, but just like all other characters, no depth. He comes, fights, utters some deadpan dialogues, and vanishes. His fight sequences are in the dark, so there is not even an opportunity for him to display some emotions or facial expressions. He doesn't get paid for his services as mercenary. Too bad for the sexy Tamil guy, as Lloyd Hansen would like to call him. I didn't fail to realize that Hollywood has learned the existence of language. There are good women and bad women too. Ana de Armas's role is reduced to a glorified sidekick. Jessica Henwick is the abused and underappreciated CIA woman. Alfred Woodard comes in the time-tested role whose sole purpose of coming on screen is to sacrifice and die. None of them makes an impression.
Julia Butters as a young girl Claire stole my heart, though her attachment to Sierra 6 is not convincing enough.
And what have they done to Wagner Moura, the man who played the menacing Pablo Escobar in Narcos, reduced to a caricature? My heart bleeds, guys. He does justice to the 5 minutes given to him, but he deserves a lot better. Having said that, am I discouraging you from watching the movie? No, not at all. It is just a decade late. The movie is not all that bad. How? Let's for a moment ignore the aspect of familiar territory. Does familiar plot necessarily mean predictable plot? Absolutely not. The plot has enough of twists and turns that keeps you engaged. The action sequences are well shot and the cinematography is outstanding. I found that impressive. How different can action scenes get? Isn't it the same car chasing, train chasing, and fight in the flight sequences? How different can they get? You need to watch the movie to know that. Had this movie materialized at the very first time it was conceived, we may have perceived it a lot differently. It is just that we are living in a decade of excessive content consumption and anything and everything looks and sounds familiar. That doesn't take any credit away from this movie. This first installment may get lukewarm response because it lacks the vantage point in an already crowded spy drama space. But if and when there is a next installment, the viewers would have overcome the mental block. In summary, I would like to place this movie as a good weekend evening watch. It does have some entertainment value, but is it a must watch? No. If you don't watch this movie, you will not die. That's it for now, friends. I'll come back with my next review. Till then, bye bye.